Huh? Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Teyvat, right?
Who's asking? Do you need something from us?
You bet I do. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. He was a crafty fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
Well, we are always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on a whim. So, what address did that person give you anyway?
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
What? So the address is Paimon?
Yeah, exactly, right? And if I failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate. Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here. Of course, here it is. All yours.
Come on! Paimon wants to have a look too! Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well. From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us. Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you think he's making this sound like a miracle of fate so that we'd have to go meet up with him? Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to... The letter says that he hangs out at Jafar Tavern every afternoon. Kaya should be at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
I'll have something I haven't tried yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried every type of liquor we serve.
Oh? Well then, just the bill, please. It's just as well, I suppose. I do have other matters to attend to.
Kaya, you're really here! Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after all. And come now, I wouldn't joke about wanting to see my good friends.
Wait a second. You must be here on official business, right? What do you think you're doing, spending every afternoon drinking?
Not at all. The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her? The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here. So despite how it might look, I'm actually at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes. Sumeru spices are famous the world over, and it's long been rumored that this fine establishment was where a certain That's why the knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
And how did that go?
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential collaboration.
Yeah, that does sound like a great business opportunity.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Whether this...
Hey! Using your job to settle personal grievances isn't...
Oh? What makes you say that? Very sharp of you. I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
And? Do continue.
Do I have to? When I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Well, all right, since you're so interested. Like I said, I was very young then. Dawn Winery had only just taken me in. I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting. I'm sure you'll agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level. And my roots? They're in Conria, which is said to have been located deep underground, somewhere near Sumeru. And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo, and silently joined the merchant delegation on their trip to Sumeru. But it wasn't long before the merchant delegation received news that I'd gone missing. Their leader promptly found me, and before I knew it, my adoptive father was dragging me back home by the ear. It was a short-lived adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling story for you. Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Conria was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young. My life had less and less to do with Conria as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well. I used to believe that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father. But then I began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to keep me alive, as well as ensuring that I'd be safely cut off from certain things. The thought, this is obviously all speculation. Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this. These days, my surname, Alberich, is probably the only link to Conria that I have left.
One death afternoon, please, boss. Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name?
Dainsleif?
Ah, you've decided to join us. I was wondering how long you planned on listening in. I believe I've seen you before in Mondstadt. Dainsleif, if I'm not mistaken.
So you remember me. Then we are already acquainted, Kaya Alberich.
Huh?
What?
I take it that you weren't aware of this until now, Kaya. Or you wouldn't have been so...
Oh my. That's quite a lot of baggage for a surname, isn't it? Though I must say, it does confirm an old suspicion of mine.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of skepticism.
Well, perhaps what you told me just happens to answer some questions I carry in my memories. And in any case, you're a pure-blood Conrian, aren't you?
Very clever. Forgive me for being direct, but I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past, then keep it that way.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss or...
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a rather sudden turn for the deadly serious. And I'm afraid that is... So what if I know my ancestry? Do I strike you as the type who would be bound by that kind of... Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been. Either way, looks like we're out of time. I've got a spice merchant to meet in a minute, so I'll leave the three of you.
Well, all right then.
See you around. And Dainsleif, no need to listen in from the sidelines next time we meet. Let me buy you a drink.
You don't really trust him, do you, Dane? You're both from Conria, but you get on like oil and water.
The fact is, I still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions. But can a person truly be unaffected by their ancestry? This remains to be seen. Well, I suspect that they call your sister their princess, precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
Oh, so if she was the founder, she'd be the queen, right?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate.
Yeah, the Abyss Order's evil plan! We learned about that back in Mondstadt.
Not new. Not exactly. My memories suffer from erosion. But while I was recovering my health recently, your sister, she mentioned the Loom of Fate back when we traveled together. Apparently so. I was also quite surprised when these memories tallied up.
So, you're going to the place that she mentioned back then?
Correct. At that time, they must have been introduced in one way or another to this concept. If I recall
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
No. Now is not the time. No, I'm still waiting for my drink.
Serious?
What's going on? How can there be a Roggy? Should I? Shipping schedule?
Everyone
There's
should
no
check out
difference
their
between the
theater.
Desert and the sea?
Wait. This...
What about it? It looks pretty normal to Paimon. Was it?
Yes. The forest has barely changed from how I remember it. There is very little human activity. Let's search the area and see what...
Is this a field? It must belong to whoever, but it looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. It's an extinguished bonfire. Looks like it's been ages since it was last lit. And clearly they put it out carefully to prevent a forest fire, too. That's responsible.
Nothing else stands out in this area.
Wait, we're just gonna go barging in? What if someone...
Unlikely. There are no signs of life in this area.
If you say so. there really is... Hey, look! It's a bull! Guess...
Can't you smell it? There's a heavy...
Oh, so it's a medicine bull? This bed looks pretty ordinary. Huh. There's nothing underneath it either. What sort of person would want to live here? It's so dumb. There's a box over here. Why don't we open it? And by we, Paimon means you. Paimon's just scared that Huh? It's broken too. Was this a makeup box? That's kinda... Doesn't look like there's anything else worth their attention.
My memories are quite foggy, but my subconscious and instincts both assert that something once... But we'll exhaust ourselves if we search aimlessly.
Noises? Is it...
It's not much. Just some minor adversary.
Monsters? Wow, Dave's ears are sharp, just like his nose! Surprisingly good shape for a 500-year-old. Although for someone who's as full of surprises as Dane, it's hardly a big deal. Anyway, let's beat up these monsters!
Shadows of fate. Transfiguration. Whirling snow. Yeah. Yeah.
I doubt that the appearance... A ley line anomaly, perhaps. Okay. I'll go slightly further out to investigate any issues with the nearby...
What? You're going alone?
Your suspicions are as banal as they are unwarranted. I merely think that this house should remain the focus of our investigation. Not to mention that if even forest rangers are capable of investigating...
Fair enough. Good thing there's a bonfire over there. Let's make ourselves something to eat.
You want me on your team?
Cooking is as good as ever. Even if there was no other reason, the food alone would be enough for Paimon to stick with you. Changing the subject, Dane's taking forever. He said that there might be an issue with the nearby ley lines. We came together, but now it's back to just being the two of us again. You know, now that Paimon mentions it, we would, so... Don't take this the wrong way or anything, but, do you ever get tired of Paimon being around? Okay, fine. Paimon should have known you weren't gonna say anything nice. So, next question. Don't know if it's okay to ask this, but Paimon's curious. What was it like traveling with your sister? The stars? Wow. Yeah. Paimon Paimon understands. Being separated without even knowing the reason why, it's just terrible. But we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles. And you too, Teyvat. You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead, 'cause... All right. It's getting dark, so why don't you rest? Paimon will take first watch. Don't worry, no monster's gonna come and eat you up. Oh, come on! Don't say that! Paimon just wants to look after you for once. Nighty-night. Go on, shoo! Off to sleep!
Hey, time to wake up. The sun has risen. What a deep sleeper. You... Tear stains. All right. Rest here a bit longer then.
Off we go! Here!
Halt! What do you... This place is not whatever you think it is. Nor should you be poking your nose at your travel companion. Your companion departed for the forest. What business is that of yours, All you need to know is that... Do I make myself quite clear? Leave. Well, what are you waiting for? If you must, suit yourself. I've been observing you, and you don't look like a forest ranger. Still, I'm warning you, no funny business. Promise me that... Okay, fine. Whatever. You... Oh, go on then. Have it your way. But no overreacting to anything you see in here. Come on then. Mind your own business. Don't worry. He isn't aggressive. How could he be? He was too young for anything like that. So don't you lay a finger on him. Just find yourself a corner to rest if you're tired. Huh? You know Conria? Who are you, exactly? And how do you know I'm from Conria? Do you worship a god, traveler? Sounds like you've had an eventful life. All right, well, my name is Ida, and you are correct.
Oh, I apologize for my earlier hostility, but you must understand, as far as I'm concerned, humans who do not worship the Seven are not, and all who place faith in the gods are my enemies. That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been this wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must the curse? It was a little gift. We lost our home, our loved ones, everything. The agony of the cataclysm itself was already too much to bear. All we can do is watch helplessly as our souls erode and our bodies decay. Because, although Conria began with a single bloodline, it was a home. Any who forsook their gods and came to Conria were welcomed as our... When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Conrians were declared the greater sin. But those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness. He is Caribert, my illegitimate son. How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence. I was a noble of Conria, by blood, but I resented the life that my family had arranged. Then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Caribert faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth. After all that, he turned into a hilichurl right before. I always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him. She was. We were separated. I do not wish to dwell on it. It could be worse. I suffer the pain of loss, and now that I have lost almost everything, if nothing else... Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Caribert, but... Over here. I'm sure you're wondering why I brought Caribert here to Sumer. Well, it's because he needs a medicine that can only be made here. One which will help him to recover his clarity of... I do not hope to break the curse. I am well aware of my power, but it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a... I believe that it might just work. I read about it in a book. From the Royal Library of Conria. It was banned. I mean, since this medicine requires the power of the Seven to work. In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. I was leafing through some forbidden text and... What other choice do I have? The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter now? Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. As it happens, I am in dire need of some help. My hands don't have the dexterity they once did. Okay. To start with, take this ingredient. Also, do you have any, of Sumeru's regional special? Oh, wonderful. This is the... Without your help, thank you. Is it done? In all honesty, I do not know what the end product... Well, the moment has finally arrived. No! We need to perform one final step to complete the medicine. I said before that this medicine relies on the... Which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven. Let's go. At this statue. God of wisdom! Look at me! I will utter no prayer, nor will I sing your praises. You and your kind destroyed my home, wrought unfathomable suffering on my compatriots, yet here I stand before you. You cannot mock me more than fate itself already has. God of wisdom, I seek not to disavow myself of the sinful blood that flows through my son. Caribert, he was turned into a monster before he... If everything the gods have done was in order to... Then I bow to you now. All I ask is for a tiny miracle. Please, God! I have made quite enough of a... Curry Bear? Well, we've prepared the medicine. Curry Bear, it's me. It's your father. Curry Bear. Curry Bear, please say something. I'm sorry I couldn't be at your side when you were born. But I'm here now. Papa's been by your side all these years. I've never left you, not once. Are you still angry with me, Curry Bear? I know you're awake now. Do you not want to talk to me? I'm so sorry, Curry Bear. Forgive me. Please, say something, anything. Please. Please. Oh, gods above! What more do you want from me? You took everything from here, and I still bowed to you. I'd give you my very life if only you cared to take it. I knew it. I should never have trusted anything that had to do with the gods. I was just deluding myself. The gods of this world have never stood with humanity, not even for a moment. Other reasons. What do you mean? Huh. You really think so? Give up? No, never. And yes, you're right. I cannot let myself wallow in despair. Even if I must stay here with him for 50 years, 100, what difference does it make? I do not lack for time. Let's go. We'll make another dose. The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom. I grow them. The details don't matter, right? Curb your curiosity and just do as I instruct. If you truly wish to help, there is a waterfall near the statue I prayed at. I need you to collect some water from... I'll be here, watching Curry Bear. Good. Then please head over... Ah, you're back. Coribert's condition is stable. By which I mean he still isn't responding. Anyway, give me the water. I need you to stand guard here for a while. Whatever you do, don't let any forest rangers approach the house. Understand? Ah, good. I'll be back soon. The fertilizer won't take but a moment to make.
Take your true form!
Let me scribe.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Take flight! My will delves into destiny!
What happened? Was it monsters? Oh, thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself. Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. The effects can take some time to kick in, so let's get on with it. Next, we pick the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dose. I trust you still remember the method. Sorry. I just, after resting in this field for a while, my thoughts began to wander. I have been so very wary for many years. If only I could fall asleep here in this field and never wake up again. I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. Thank you for your help once again. Now... We're here. Wait a moment. Hey, what was that? Coribert! Oh no, he must have left while we were too busy prepared. Come on, we have to get... That's not Coribert. Right. Coribert's scarf was a gift I once gave to his mother. My eyes must be going. How could I not recognize... Ah, yes. It doesn't seem interested in us in the least. Yes. The more we know about Hilly Churl... Did it go in here? Well, let's head in. What a ghastly place. Has it always existed? I swear I've never noticed it before. Huh. It looks like they're, worshipping some... I've never seen anything like this in all my life. Oh, there's only one way to find...
Is this a teleportation device? What energy is powering it?
Transfiguration! My apologies! Take your true form! Whirling snow!
how did I get on the ceiling? Did the room turn upside down? Or gravity itself? It seems like I need to find a place to insert the rune.
Humans, fate has not granted you the right to enter this place. Do you insist on an audience? Very well. Then I grant you the trial of destiny.
Everybody stand back! My will embodied! Do your master's bidding! Decided by destiny! Take flight! Let's light it up! Whirling snow! Embrace the ice!
More!
I'm going in! My apologies! Let me scry! Here we go! Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! That's gonna hurt in the morning!
Who was that? He was... He was a perfect being. He had the most wondrous aura, a perilous yet beautiful power. Oh, true. And yet, you were able to defeat him. Oh, your strength is greater than... Let's continue on. I find myself growing more curious by the second, and... I think...
Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? For fear of the unknown? Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down? For I am no god, I am but a sinner. You are like a flower, born in sin, yet pure, spotless. I know your fate well. You need no longer hold back your resentment, nor accept the countless lies. Go forth, become a transcendent one, and I shall shed a tear at the end of time, as I gaze back upon your life.
What just happened? When I saw the thing, my heart was instantly at peace. I feel good. In fact, I feel... Oh, is that so? Cory Bear! Oh, thank goodness! He's still okay! I have a strange feeling that what just for this to happen, right at the moment when you say that I bowed before that thing, so perhaps it might be just as effective. I have to try. No matter what, you...
Papa?
Cory Bear! Oh, my goodness, it worked! It's a miracle! Oh, Cory Bear, my dear son! You see, it worked! Cory Bear can speak again!
Where's Mama?
Mama is... Cory Bear, look at me. Do you know who I am?
Of course. Your papa.
Yes! Salvation! Sweet salvation! Yes, yes! This is what this feeling is. How do you feel, Cory Bear? Are you fully awake now?
Yes. It feels like I just woke up from a long, long sleep. I dreamed that I was hiding in a little room. Wait. My body! What happened to me? Is this me? Papa? What's happened to me?
Don't panic, son. It's just... While you were sleeping, we went into a fairy tale. There's no more Conria here. No more home. But... Do you know what that means? In this world, you have to be a little monster, but...
Am I... dead?
No, of course not. Look, Cory Bear, you still have Mama's scarf on your... Yes, really. You've only just woken up, and this must all be very confusing for you. Just rest here for now. Oh, and you have to promise me something. Never take off your mask. Understand? Whatever happens, you mustn't take it off.
Okay, Papa. I won't. I promise.
Not since that day have I been so glad as I am now. I knew that placing my hope in the Seven was a waste of time. Once a murderer, always a murderer. I was naive to think that the gods who but the god we saw in that cave... Now, that wondrous power, it was... Now then, after one... Piety is hardly my area of expertise. But surely I should honor the god. A sinner? Oh, don't be absurd. You and I have both witnessed his divine power. When has the Seven worked a... No matter. Believe what you will. I am going to pay my respects with or without you.
In your dreams! Take your true form! Silence no! Delve into my apologies! Off we go! Adventure time!
Impossible! What happened? The Hilichurl worshippers have disappeared too? Was it all an illusion? That's true. Yes, it can't have been an illusion. It was neither illusion nor coincidence, and certainly no dream. Let's go, traveler. There is surely a reason for its disappearance, and I do believe that someday in the future we shall see it again. Could he really have been? Cory Bear? Where has he gone? Oh, no. Maybe someone else came by and... No, it can't have been that. There's no sign of a break-in and no sign of anyone having... This does not bode well. What if he's spotted by a forest... Wait a minute. This isn't how we left it. Oh, no. The mirror! It's broken! He must have taken his mask off and seen what he... If he'd just done as he was told! We have to find him. It's his scarf. He dropped it. Looks like we're going the right way. Come on. Cory Bear! Cory Bear! Where are you? Curses! Forest rangers.
Hey! Who are you? We haven't seen you around here before. What's your business here?
Have you seen a,
I asked you first. Don't make this...
I said, have you seen a Hilichurl?
Hey, whoa. Look, sir, there's no need to get so worked up. There are Hilichurls everywhere. What's the big deal?
Exactly. Matter of fact, we just took out a few of them back there. Those dumb bums.
You... Forest Ranger scum! You spawn of the Seven are all the same! I'll have your heads in...
You're raving mad! You've got some gall coming here...
Curse you all, Forest Rangers!
I don't get it. Why make such a huge fuss over a few...
He'd only just regained his mind. How? So tell me, forest rangers, did you really spare none of them?
Jeez, you're really not gonna let this go. Fine, you weirdo. If you must know, I was frightened at first, but it didn't seem to have any interest in me at all. It was just bumbling along in that direction, so I left it alone.
Yes! Wonderful! Wonderful! Let's go!
Wait, you're leaving? Not even...
Cory Bear! Cory Bear, stop! Whatever you saw, it was... I told you, we're in a fairy tale world now. Cory Bear? How could this happen? He... Come, Cory Bear, we have to go...
Papa?
Cory Bear,
Papa, I can't take it.
please, Cory Bear. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. If only I'd known.
It's all too much. Papa!
I see. Finally, it all makes sense. Ah, traveler, you're awake. Ah, finally. Wait, no. Why am I still calling you traveler? Oh, I have known your true... I suspected... Oh, of course you haven't. With your status, you can hardly... In any case, I've been using a fake name this entire time. My real name is Clotar. Clotar Alberich. You saw it too, didn't you? Unmistakable, the power inside Cory Bear and the power... Yeah, I am positive now. It's the power of the abyss, isn't it? Oh, at long last, I have seen it with my own eyes. That is no business of yours. A sinner. Yes, salvation for a sinner can only come from us. Cory Bear did not deserve his fate, but now... It's wonderful. He will be born into abject sorrow. He shall now become the loom of fate. Huh? Sinister. Oh, I never imagined that you, of all people, would deny. We once believed that you would bring new to us. You were the abyss. A wondrous mystery far beyond our imagination and comprehension. And the one who controls the abyss can control everything. We yearned for that future. We looked to you to take us there. But what did you bring us instead? Oh, Princess of Conria.
hold me?
Traveler!
Let's go find some...
You're awake! Oh, thank goodness you're awake! Paimon was worried sick!
What happened while you were unconscious? I checked the ley lines nearby. It appears that the Abyss tampered with them. Information and memories flow within the ley lines. What did you witness? You mean Clotar Alberich? After founding the Abyss Order, his faith in the Abyss led him to do but the curse of immortality continued to torment his body and mind. And in the end, neither his faith nor the Abyss he worshipped could save him. After 100 years, he lost his mind completely and was never seen again. Yet his dark legacy lived on. The defiled statue that we encountered previously was just one perverse product of his use of abyssal power during his life. You could say that. She wouldn't be the Abyss Order's princess otherwise.
Are you alright? You have a troubled look on your face.
So you saw her memories from centuries ago, through your own eyes. It all but defies belief. Still, as I'd suspected, the notion of the loom of fate did indeed rear its head during that time, and it seems closely connected to Clotar Alberich's son, and yet your sister never breathed a word of this incident to me. Indeed. What is it?
The field? What does that have to do with anything?
You mean here? Well...
You scared the Duke out of Paimon! Did you rebury them yet?
A male and female skeleton. Interestingly, the male skeleton appears to have been interred much later, and it's holding a silk scarf in its hand. But what does this mean? And how did you know that there were bodies buried here? What? That's impossible. Unless Clotar Alberich finally found a way to rid himself of the curse. This all raises far too many questions. I need time to think, and to search my memory. We should part ways here.
Huh? You're just gonna leave?
It's better that we split up for now. I think that he might have seen you.
Who's he?
Yes. I have my suspicions as to his identity, but I need to confirm some other details. If the time is right, I will tell you when we next meet.
But what do you mean that he saw the traveler? How is that possible?
I fear that while these things would limit anyone else...
What? Why? What is he?
All right, let's leave it there. Get some rest.
There goes Dane. Like that, it's back. What is it? Huh?
Adventure team, assemble!
Want me to come along?
Consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahida won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the... Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. Anyway, for Nahida's sake, maybe we...
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru.
I see. Guess you won't be needing it, though, now that I think about it. Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer...
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do! What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah! The more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you stand...
Hi! We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seemed to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just...
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's curious. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Arch?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon, but who knows how long making an appointment will take. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her. Hello there.
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry, Paimon?
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you! Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us! Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories, and that it won't be long before it...
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet.
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, Traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in—
Oh, right then. Well, by the way, we were just getting ready to go to the opera house to meet the Hydroarch.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please follow me.
Time to go. Into the wind.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
So, she's the Hydroarch? But
my dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. No, fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydroarchon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? Miss Hydroarchon? How did you know we were
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Is she waiting for us?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those...
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never...
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their racket. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorant. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this...
Oh, right!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time there. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, fine.
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy.
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler...
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring... But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linney and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and speaking of performances, I would be remiss to...
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. You really mean it? Then I'll take you up. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine...
Many places have already been completely submerged.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people...
Oh! Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day!
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it.
What's this?
What? You mean you...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also... The story says that people once lived in the ocean. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea with... So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live under...
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily...
So you're the blonde traveler that every... Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Please, also thank...
I can't wait to give her my gift.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna... Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future?
You should still take it. You never know when it'll...
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that...
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look...
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember...
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect romaritime flowers.
Shadows of fate!
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for...
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera house?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's...
Are you sure that's all she took?
No, that was all. Anyway,
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked...
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what...
You're right, you're right. I have to admit, but at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief! Guess things turned out all right in the end, though.
All right, let's put this little
This thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around!
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you. Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet? Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately! I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day! Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some... So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on? Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever... For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that... Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young...
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's... If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steam... Oh! When that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of material. So, what is the serial disappearances of... That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. But the scariest part is that to this day, not many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case. But shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some...
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of the... I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quick. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay, I'm in hopes we can chat again. Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the... What a tough job. Always running around.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still...
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to...
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing... Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic...
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but...
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, when I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play it.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be... It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch... On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always...
No trouble at all! Don't worry!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such...
Oh, no need!
Time to go.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount.
Whoa! So...
I can't say for sure, but who knows?
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power.
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be...
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month?
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friend? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine.
Not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long.
Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt! Ja! Ja! Za! Yeah! Ha! Za!
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion and...
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you...
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot, but recently... there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me, she was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that...
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best, and the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise...
So, do many people actually get out of their
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got... Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorinde. Huh.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have the...
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come...
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come
Whatever gave you that idea?
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down like... Well, seems we don't have much to do for now. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was... sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels, it's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the... Lily said that the Opera House is on Aranea, so let's go ride the Aqua Bus. Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a... Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything.
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette! You...
Lenny asked me to wait here for you.
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you?
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hyper...
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me. When do...
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their emotions...
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seat.
Ooh, front row seats!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Linny! Could you come over here and take a look?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything. Oh, you little...
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's, too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linny would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny, then. Oh, this is getting more awkward. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillette? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillette is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Ooh, sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later, otherwise she may become flustered.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely. right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Merope.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch-black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright. You looked so serious that Paimon thought you might be 40, 39, 38!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, mid-air right up...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone... 25! 24!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying...
Never mind the decorations. There's...
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry.
19! 18!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now.
8!
Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Is this part of the show? Mr. Linney, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the...
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then...
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to... Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the... And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before!
I know the truth. I can see through the whole... I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing...
That can't be right! He was in the box on the stage the entire time! Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances! He couldn't possibly mean catching a...
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his...
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might be...
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally...
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show.
I mean, of course, my dear. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you? After... Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and... But with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects, and the audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big-shot outlander can build in such...
Linney!
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an act?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me. Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, I don't know whether what happened there... As for how that girl chosen from the audience could... Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull off...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says... The impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette!
That's the right attitude. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to... Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating,
Oh, well... I'm afraid
the secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose you're right. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what... We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation team... Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with... This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnic. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of...
Well, you can't say we're good.
So in just a short time, I know there's no such thing as I've seen a lot of cases. And I can tell you that... Sorry, Anyway, you may investigate...